Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I hope you are enjoying or have enjoyed an amazing weekend. It's beautiful out today, so hopefully you got out into the sun. Hey, I wanted to jump online real quick. I've been getting a lot of questions about what this video series is all about, and so I wanted to give you the highlights before we even get started so that you can decide if it's a good fit for you and so that you can hopefully get excited. If it is a good fit for you, you'll know it, you'll be excited about it, you'll be looking forward to it. And I want you to be able to share it with the women in your, men and women, we'll talk about that too, but the people that you think could get a lot out of it. So I kind of wanted to give you a sneak peek about what is going to happen this coming week for this video series. Hey guys. So in the meantime, I'm going to stall for a couple seconds just so that we have time for everyone to get on. And just a friendly reminder, I love the likes, the hearts, and the thumbs up. It makes me feel like you hear me and you're feeling me, right? It gives me energy too and helps me make it a better video for you. And also you can share. So you can help me help more people by sharing this actual video. Depending on if you're on your phone or online, the button might be a little bit different, but it's typically, I'm visual, so that's why I look away sometimes, but it's typically in the lower right. So I hope that you get a lot out of this. So again, we're gonna give you a sneak peek. I'm gonna give you a couple more seconds. I'm actually gonna grab my water real quick. And I promise I will do my best to make this a informative video and fairly quick. And I don't ever use scripts when I do videos. They're always just from the heart and from the cuff, but I am going to grab, I wrote down some notes because I do want to make sure that I don't miss any of the questions that have come up so far. So what is this video series all about? Again, if you're just joining, I love the thumbs and the hearts up. It helps me know that you're there. And also, of course, if you share the video, it helps us get the word out and help more people, right? So this video series that starts tomorrow, make sure that this camera is going to be still. The video series that starts tomorrow that I'm super excited about, I totally believe in when we're making decisions to follow our peace, follow our passion, and there's just gonna be a lot of content poured into this video series. Hey guys, thanks for joining. The goal of this video series is for me to, hi Shauna, love you. The goal of this video series is for me to just share everything I know. And the point of this video is to get your questions answered so you can decide if this series might be a good fit for you. And if it is, I want you to get excited about it. I want to make sure that you register at RebeccaTabbert.com. That's been one of the #1 questions. Do I need to register? You do. Because part of me knowing that you want to lean in and be interested and take this information and just run with it is by you taking action and saying, yes, I'm in. It's totally free, but you do have to register just by giving me your best email address. Because part of this series and part of my goal through it is to make it a conversation. So throughout this series, yes, I have 3 videos already planned out and with specific goals for each video in mind. But I also want it to, oh, thanks so much, Shauna, I also want to make sure that it is informative and that it's a conversation. What I mean by that is after every video, I'm going to be asking you to tell me if you have any questions. And I'm going to do that in the video, but I'm also going to be shooting out an email to this specific list. So even if you're already on my list, I encourage you to join this specifically at RebeccaTabbert.com. so that I know to get the right information to you, because we're going to do some bonuses and I want that open conversation. So what is this series going to be about has been the #1 question. And the goal of this series is to really download. So we're going to start with some stories. I'm going to share with you guys more about my story. Some of you guys have heard it before. And this is going to be for whether you're local or across the country. My goal is just to give you this content and help you. So maybe you know my story, maybe you don't. I've shared pieces of it at different points in time. And sometimes I get, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but I honestly have been through so many experiences that I am now grateful for because I get to teach them forward. But starting with, at the age of 15, I was diagnosed with PCOS. I'm not going to go into that, but it's related to females specifically. It's a hormone issue. I think the statistic, it used to be 80% of everyone diagnosed with PCOS is overweight, because it messes with your hormones. So I overcome that challenge. You don't have to be a statistic. There's so much more that goes into that. And then when I was pregnant with my son, I gained a buttload of weight, struggled with food, emotional eating, turned into an eating disorder. So I'm going to share more about my story and how I overcame all of that. And the fact is that there is nothing special or unique about me except for the decision to change and attaching that to a bigger why. And I'm going to help you create that type of motivation for yourself. I'm also going to share with you, though, that not only am I not a special snowflake, but that I've been able to help hundreds of other men and women. But I'm going to share some stories of other women as well, because I know that when I was in that place, I felt alone. And maybe you feel alone. Maybe you feel like your circumstance is unique, or you've struggled for so long, it's impossible, it's too hard. Maybe you're over 40 and all of a sudden you're stuck. We'll talk about that too. So I'm going to share with you some stories in this video series so that you know that you are not alone, that there are other people that are just like you, that have overcome, that are achieving the bodies that they want, and they feel amazing no matter how long they've been out of shape, no matter how frustrated they feel, how stuck they feel. There is a way to get the body you want, feel amazing, and really it affects every quality of life, right? So we're also going to talk about nutrition. I know nutrition is 80% of how we look and feel, and I know it's so crazy confusing. So I'm going to tell you what works for most people, and then I'm going to be real. Not one solution works for every person. So I'm going to teach you how to navigate it. I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler alert right now, though, in telling you that deprivation and restricting your calories to 500-800 calories, having a really low caloric diet is not the solution. You may move the scale temporarily, but you are setting yourself up for future failure. And if you are guilty of having done that in the past, like I was, you may struggle a little bit more. It might take you a little bit longer for your metabolism to get healthy again, but that does not mean that it's impossible. It does not mean that it won't happen. And I'm going to talk about that too. And then of course I'm also going to talk about the workouts that honestly you could do at home. It doesn't have to take a crazy amount of time in order for you to do workouts that are designed to help you burn extra body fat and build cardio endurance. And I'm going to explain to you why that is, and explain to you how to really even create that for yourself, even if you only have 20-30 minutes a day, a few days a week, right? And then as a bonus, one of the things that I've come up is I'm going to tell you how to crack the code. I'm going to tell you anyway what has worked for me. I know that I have, in spending the last decade learning, researching, when I finally decided to get healthy and fit, not just for myself, but now helping other clients. I know I've watched a lot of women go through, usually around 40-ish, their hormones change. That same client that I would have having the same workout, same nutrition protocol, healthy, all things considered, and all of a sudden their hormones change and the body fat just adds on, right? And I've watched that, and I've helped other women through it. And then most recently, my body went through yet another challenge and another change, and I was stuck for a really long time, and I finally figured out how to break the code for that as well for myself. And I posted the other day, I don't post a lot of ab pictures or what have you, but I worked darn hard for those abs. They were really hard to get this time and to be able to sustain them. And not that abs are the end all be all, not that that should be your goal, but it's the fact of being able to feel unstuck and feeling progress and feeling like you're not just falling victim to the hormones. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So part of the questions, this is where I'm gonna, like I was saying at the beginning of this video, if you're just joining, you can share this video, join us at RebeccaTalbert.com. We start the series tomorrow, and you can share with your friends, your family. You don't have to be local. We can help anyone through this series. But I want to make sure, and I was explaining also, sorry, that I never, this would be an example, I never script these videos. They're always just pure, raw, through my heart. I'm perfect in my imperfections. I remind myself of that constantly when I'm making a dork out of myself. But I did make some notes before this one because I want to make sure that I got your questions answered. So I think we went over kind of the outline, and we talked about the fact that the critical part of this series is that if you are leaning in, if you think that this can be helpful to you, I'm really giving you what I know, and I'm going to do my best to condense it so that each video is, between 20 and 30 minutes long, so that you can listen to it at your own leisure. For the most part, there's not going to be things for you to watch, but for you to listen to, for you to soak in, for you to learn. And yes, you need to be on that email list, RebeccaTaubert.com. Even if you're already on my email list, you want to make sure you're on that specific list, because after first of all, that's who's going to get the video. And then also after every video, I want to hear feedback from you guys of like, did I answer your questions? What's missing? What wasn't clear? What can I help more? And we'll add content as we go. And it'll help me make it an even more powerful series the next time I do this. And give it out to everyone to be of even greater service. Who wants to get this series? I'm looking at my notes. Do I have to be on the list? Yes. Who is this for? Really anyone and everyone that is looking to take their fitness and health seriously and take action towards it. No one can do it for you. So you have to want to be able to take a little bit of time over the next week to really learn and listen and figure out what you're going to apply. Is it for men and women? Totally. I will tell you that there are pieces of it that are really more geared towards women, because we do struggle with things that are unique for us, and I am a woman. So, but there's plenty of things like the nutrition, the workouts, are just as effective for men as they are women. There just are going to be things integrated within it that are really specific for women. How many videos? We talked about that. It's going to be 3 videos to start. However, well, actually, the bonus video as well. So if questions come up that I'm not already answering within the video series, then I'll be adding to that. And I think that answers all the questions. So I hope that you are excited about this series, and I hope to be of service to you through this series and really give you the knowledge and the power to understand that you really can have the body you want, no matter how long you've felt stuck, no matter how long you have felt like I am tired of being tired all the time. You can have the body you want, and you can feel amazing, and you can live a higher quality of life as a result. Because reality is that when we feel good and we have greater confidence, we're able to operate from a better position within everyday life. Our life is one. We only have one life to live, right? We have one body to serve us all the way through our life. And the better we are taking care of ourselves, the better we are able to show up in that everyday life and perform as a woman, as a human being, as a mom, as a wife, a spouse, a friend, an employee, an employer, whatever your role or roles are in life. When you feel good and when you are at your best, not needing to be perfect, but understanding that we are perfect in our imperfections as we reach to the next best version of ourselves, then that's when life is truly amazing and you really can feel good and get the most out of life. So I hope you join us, RebeccaTaubert.com, and join the conversation and share it with the people. If you feel like this is going to be helpful, then share it with the people that you think might be helped as well. See you guys soon. Bye.